Today I'm going to show you all the queries which is given by CBSE, which all students have to solve for their practical work. So these are the queries which is prescribed in your syllabus. So let's have a look on all the queries. So first you need to open MySQL. Just open MySQL first. Now enter the password, whatever your MySQL password that you can enter, and press enter key, and then you are able to get this. Now after that, let's come to the first query. First query, if according to your syllabus, we will see that is to create a database. So to create a database, that is very simple query. Create database and then any name, as no name is given in the syllabus, so you can keep any name that is of your choice. We can even keep the name of the database as syllabus. Okay, so see, query okay, this output has come. So in this way you are able to get the query done, that is creation of your database. Now next, if we see, though it is not given, next query if we'll see, that is given is to create a table, but without opening this database we cannot create our table. So to create a table, what we have to do, we have to open the database. So to open a database we need to have a command which is called use command. Use, and then we have to write the name of the database. Use syllabus, that is the name of the database. Press enter key. Now you can see database change. This query has is done. Our database is changed. Now syllabus database is open. Now next they are asking that we have to create a table with the name student. So we have to create a table with the name student. So with the field student ID, class, section, gender, name, date of birth, and marks as attributes. Attributes means columns, where the student ID is the primary key. So we have to create a primary key as well. So how to do that? So let's create a table. Create table, then name of the table. You can keep any other name as well. You can keep the name student, that is up to you. Then the field which is required, that is student ID. Student ID is the first field which is required, and you know we can take for this data type as integer. And then next is class. So class could also be in the form of numbers. All right, and then we have section. Section could be in character. Now section, hardly it will take off one character. So you can take like 1 or max 2, not more than that. Next is which you have, that is after section you have that is gender. Gender like male, female, that you have to enter. So for this you can have varchar. That could be maximum, if you are taking female, maximum of 6 characters. So you can have it in 10. This like little bit I am taking for safety reasons. Because of that our table should not have any kind of problem. Then you have name. Now name could be of any length. For this you can take 20 characters. And then you have date of birth. Now the data type for this we are going to take date. Okay, and then we have marks. Marks will be in integer, or you can have in decimal also, no problem, because marks could be in the form of like 29.5, 33.5, in that way it could be. So like this you can create. Here error is occurring because the spelling of integer is wrong. So you have to be very careful for the spelling, students. Here you can see it is INE. That's why this error is coming. So the moment I removed that error, now my table is created. You can get the output query okay, 0 rows affected. So our table has been created now. Now we have to enter the values. So up to 8. Up to 10, at least 10 entries we have to make in this table. So that is your query number 3, where we have to insert the values. So for inserting the values, the next query is insert into. Now here you have to write the mention of the table and then values. Okay, now wherever you have taken the data type as integer, like here you can see I have taken the data type integer, so that you can have simply. And where you have taken the data type as char or varchar, that you have to write within single quotes. This is section A. Okay. And then you have gender. Gender is also in characters. So for that also you need to write it in quotes. And then you have name. So name, you can have any name of your choice, but make sure that it is written in quotes. And then you have date of birth as date data type also need to be written in quotes. So you have to mention. I hope you all know what is the format for entering the date. It should be in year, month and date. And after that date of birth, you have last entry as marks. So any marks that you can enter, because it is of decimal type, so you can simply write it without quotes. Enter the semicolon sign. See, your rows has been inserted. Like this, you have to insert 10 rows. So very easily with the help of arrow keys, you are able to insert as many rows as you want. So like this, you have to insert 10 records. After inserting the records, you have to see whether it is like inserted or not. That you have to check, and that is your next query as well, to display the entire content of a table. So I have entered all the 10 records, though I have entered more than that to meet the certain criteria of our queries. Even if you face that kind of problem, you can also insert more record. That is not going to any effect in your output or table. So to see the output of our fourth query, that is to display all the content of a table, you have to write select star from student rec. Now this is the name of the table. You can have any other table as well. Like we have created, I have shown you how you can create a table. Here I have already created, so I'm showing you those contents already which I have created. So you can have this select star from stud rack is the name of the table. You can have any other table name as well. That is not going to make any effect in your output. Okay, so this is your query number 4. Now let's have a look at query number 5, where it is written that you have to display roll number, name, marks of those students who are scoring more than 50 marks. So again, you have to be very careful by making entries. Here you can see I have made some entries where you can see there are marks less than 50. Okay, so that you have to see. Now let's see how we are going to write that query. This is the query which you are supposed to write. Select student ID. Roll number is asked, but in the beginning it has been told that we have to keep the name student ID, that is roll number only, name, marks, and you have to see the marks as well, where marks greater than 50. So that means except if we'll see last record, last 3 records and the 4th record, all other records should come. Let's see whether we are getting the output or not. There is some error. So we have to see what exactly the error is. Okay, so here I did not mention the student table name, that is to be mentioned. So you can see that I am making those mistakes which you people are generally making. Okay, now see, the moment you enter the name of the table, you are able to get all the records whose marks are greater than 50. So this is your query number 5. Now see the next query, that is to find the average of marks from the student table. So if you want to have the average of marks, though this query you cannot do without doing the functions in MySQL, and that part is of your class 12th. But if you want to use, you can simply have this average marks and then you have to name the table. Okay, like this you can have the average marks, but as in 11th class you don't have average function. Functions are not only there in class 11. So what you can do, you can simply have the average of each and every student. Like this, you can change your query to display name, gender, or other things, even if you want marks, and you can just display it in other purpose. How you can do that? Let's see. Here I have changed the query. I made it like I want to see the name, gender and marks divided by 2, which should be displayed for that particular query. My marks or my percentage should be calculated as in the column percentage. So you know, we can use for that as clause from name of the table. So you can see this is the way how we can get our output in this manner. So this is how we are able to complete our 6th query. You can have it in both the way, this one. Now next, if you see, to find the number of students who are from section A. Now number of students, that is again function question. If you want to see the number of students who are from section A, you can simply get that after using the count function. Select count and then section, from name of the table, where section equals to A. You need to mention this. Now see, total there are 5 entries where section is A, but this again, this function is not in our syllabus. Let me show you, like we have 5 entries or not. So just see, here you can have 1, 2, 3, 4, and there is one more record with section A, that is, so that's why you are getting 5 as output. So even if you want to have same query, you can have it, otherwise you can change it. How you can change it? You can just make it to display name of students who are studying in section A. So for that also, what you can have, you can simply have just see who all are studying in section A. Just display their name from the name of the table where section equals to A. So here you can see Anya, Arnav, Bipin, Dinky, Arya, they all are studying in section A. You can see these are the students, those who are studying in section A. So this is very easy, with the help of which you are able to do. Now let's move to our next query, that is query number 8. So let's begin with the query number 8, that is to display the information of all the student whose name starts with AN. For this students, be careful that you have entries with AN, that you should be sure. Like in my data, you can see here we have Anmol, and then we have Anand. You should have entries that starts with AN. Then you can write select star from student rec. This is the name of the table where name like operator we are using here AN, because this is the criteria. We should have our name beginning with AN, that is required, and then %sign means whatever it could be after AN, that is acceptable. So just press enter. So here you can see I have 2 entries where you can find the name which starts with AN. Now let's move to the next query, that is, so this is your query number 9, where you have to display the roll number, name, date of birth of those students who are born between 1st of January 2005 till 31st of December 2005. So for that you have to write the query. Select student ID, name, DOB, because these three fields are only asked. From, that is the name of the table. Where, date of birth, between. We are going to use here between criteria because we have been given two date which we have to enter. So that dates we need to mention. Again, be specific that your data should have entries in that way so that you can get the output. Just press enter. Here you can see these are the name whose date of birth is between 1st of January 2005 till 31st of December 2005. Now let's move at query number 10. In query number 10, you have to write, display roll number, name, date of birth and marks of those male students, and their name should be in ascending order. Ascending order means it should start from A and then so on. So how to get that? Let's see. This is how you can get. See, these are the three things which has been asked. That is student ID, date of birth, marks, from, this is the name of the table, and then gender equals to male, because this is the requirement of the query. They have asked us that they need only male and it should be order by name. Order by is a clause with the help of which you can get your entries in the ascending order by default. See, you don't need to mention anything in MySQL for having it in ascending order, because by default it is going to take in ascending order. But if you want to have it in descending order, in that case you need to mention. So we are not mentioning anything over here. Just press enter. Here you can see these all are males and whose name you can see it is appearing over there, with the help of which you are able to get the output of your query. Now next query, that is number 11, in which you have to display the roll number, gender, name, date of birth, marks in descending order of their marks. Students, here if we see according to the syllabus, email field is also given, but I am not showing here email field. As you know, in our creation of table, email is not mentioned. So if you want to have, then from the beginning you have to take it. As I did not took, so I am not taking that email in descending order of their marks. So to get that, so you can see here, select student ID, gender, name, date of birth, marks. These are the fields which has been asked. Here by mistake I have put comma, so comma will not come here. Just remove this comma. From, then name of the table, order by marks. See, as it has been asked in descending order, as I told you in the previous query that by default it is going to take in ascending order. So we did not mention anything. But here, as we need to mention it in descending order, so I have to write it in the way DESC. So just press enter key. Here you will get the result. These are the students and their marks in the descending order. Descending order means from highest to smallest. So this is the query. Now let's move to the last query of our topic, that is to display the unique section available in the table. Unique means whatever the entries. Here you can see, if we'll check our table, you can see that we have multiple entries. Multiple entries means we have different table with the different sections. Okay, that name is in small letters. Be careful for the name because it is going to accept the same name only. Spelling of select is also incorrect, so that we have to see. Now see, here we have different sections. So out of these different sections, how many total sections are there? On total, there are only 3 sections. Different sections are allotted to different students. So if you want to see only the allotted section, then you have to use the query. This will be your query. Select distinct section. Whatever the duplicate entries you want to remove, in that case you can use the distinct keyword. with the help of which you are able to get this distinct section from student rec. So this is your last query. I hope you all are able to understand and now you yourself able to do all the queries by yourself. Thank you.